Hello, how are you? I am doing another demo of a template that I have prepared. In this particular case, it's an Excel template for entering grades for a school, a, a primary school for that matter. Uh, Usually, in our Kenyan context, I know this one can be used elsewhere with some adjustments. You will have the registration or the index number of the candidate, the name of the student or the candidate, the gender, the class or stream, then the courses. In the Kenyan case, the opener exams or the internal exams could be uh, the grammar exam could be out of 50, the composition out of 40, and then they will normally convert that to a percentage. So if you look at this formula bar, the the percentage has been converted for you. So what you would need to do is to enter the raw scores in the columns that are not highlighted for the different uh, courses or subjects that the candidates are doing in your school. So you will notice that in this case I was attempting to enter for 50 students, and I created data, random data, and inserted for this particular demo. But when you get this particular template, it will be blank, and even when it is blank, it will still not show any uh, error or not applicable. So some formula has been designed in such a way that even if you remove data from this particular any of the cells, then it won't show an error in this particular case. So the output, or what you would want to have at the end of the term or at the end of uh, the results, are the is a serial number, the registration number, the names of the students, the gender, as we have seen, the class. So you will notice that this is a tab for the output, and this particular sheet is protected, completely protected. Nobody can enter, nobody can interfere with it. So if you acquire it or if you get it, then you should be able to I should be able to share the password with you, and then you can enter your details in this particular case. So you notice that here uh, I have we have a student that has registration number 1605, but no details are provided. So what will happen is that the teachers should be able to enter all the grades from this end or on this tab, the raw scores tab. So you notice 1605 did not have a name. And actually, if we even remove 1605 completely, like here, let's see what happens at the output. We go to the tab. Now it's blank, completely blank, the whole row. So that record for 1605 is not there. So on this column, on this um, the output sheet, what the teacher will need to enter is only the registration number or the index number of the candidate or the pupil. Something to note is that this number should be exactly, or the registration number should be exactly the same as the details that are entered on this particular end. Let's now see how we can compute this. And remember, you can also design a Google Sheet to do it as a team. But if it is one class of about 50 students or 100 students, then you have your record of students. You just cut and paste them onto these cells, and you can remove all the data that is on, that is on the white, that is not highlighted like that. Once you remove it, the formula will show that there is no data. So at the raw scores end, you should be able to do all your workings. But remember, what you will need to print is the output, and that is why you will need a very neat uh, document that you can print, and then it also computes. You can print, and you should be able to also see other data that relates to the data that has already been fed. For example, you will be able to see the number of candidates who scored more than 400. In this particular case, it's none, but we will add one or two so that we see how this will change. Then we 300 to 399 we have 2, and 100 to 199 we have 1. Let's see that. Yeah, so if you look at these three candidates that are entered fully, because entering on the final score means that you have entered the registration number, we have a candidate. Let me go up. Yes, so we have sorry, it's at the position, that's the output. Yeah, we have a candidate here, the scores are here, sorry. It's out, we have one with 180, another one with 375, and another one with 175. You could ask, how am I doing that? A very quick way, if you look at this, I got the sum of product of uh, the cells in that range, the two ranges. So the sum of product of the lowest and the highest number that are in that range. So, as I was saying, you will be able to get statistics or data, and you will get the the count, the mean, the minimum, the maximum in every individual subject, the range, that's the difference between the highest and the lowest in that particular class. And you should also be able to print the class teacher's name. You write it down after you print, or you can even just type it here. You can type the senior teacher in the Kenyan case, and often we also need verification by the head teacher. So that's how beautiful it can be. Let's now enter some raw scores in this particular case, and we see whether the positions of the candidates are going to change. Okay, I I will add a registration number. Maybe I can call it C20, or admission C20, C2050, remember that, because it has to be entered exactly the way it is. So we've entered C2050, and C2050 is called maybe Manita Abed. Just a name. Manita Abed, let me assume it's female. So he's in which class? Let's say the school has 3 streams. So he's in class 8 what, or class 7 um, East again. So what we just need is the registration number, and assume that we have entered this grades, or we can even create, we can add uh, grades that are quite high, so that we see whether Manita is going to be position 1. But let's first see how Manita shows now on the output. C2050, that's our number 4 on the series. So we type here, we are looking for C2050, and you just click anywhere outside. All those records come, and Manita is position 3. Assume that Manita has different scores for this matter. Let's assume that in Lugha, that's grammar in Kiswahili, she got, which is out of 50, she got 44. And in science, which is out of 50, she gets 48. Maybe she's very brilliant. Okay, let's also see this, which is out of 60, she gets 52. Okay, we want to see whether she's going to be the highest in this particular case. Notice that on this sheet, I have created it in such a way that the position is not visible here. So it is a class teacher who is possibly working with on a separate sheet that will be able to access this. So let's see how Manita now performs. Yes, perfectly. Manita is there, and she's now position 1 with a total out of 500. She has a total of 436. Now assume that somebody wants to interfere with this data, and they want to change here the data, and they want to say, no, Manita did not get 88, she got 40. It will send an error because the cells are locked in this particular case. Even at the raw scores, we have created it in such a way that you can only enter data that is valid for a particular column. For example, if you mistakenly enter 81 instead of 31, instead of 50 there, or 50, you get an error. So this is a very versatile template that can ease your work. You only need to enter the raw data, and you will have your grades and the positions computed for you. Now, if you are the class teacher, you can as well come here. You order these students by their position. You select the group, or you can even just come here. I have created a name, so I have call it group for the 50 students, that template, and we want to position them. If you are not the class teacher, you won't do this because you don't have the password. But if you have the password, for example, in this particular case, let me now unprotect, and I enter the password that I created. I almost said it. Okay, but that's okay. Even if I said, you can always change. Okay. So if I enter the password like that, I have now made that template very insecure. And I can only do that when I am very sure that this data won't get into the wrong hands. So I will come here and I will sort. Remember, I am sorting this column, the position column. The number of students are 4, so that will appear like the, the, the title of that column. It's telling me I need to change something. Let me see. Okay, what do I need to change? Did I remove the protection? No, it didn't get out. I have to remove the protection. So, oh yes, yes, yes. I had put another number on this sheet to unprotect this. So that's the password. Uh-uh. Okay, and the last attempt should work. Should work. Okay, I have now unprotected the sheet. I want to uh, sort so that I can print data that is, you see now, I am able to sort so that I can print data that is organized. So I want to sort the entire group of the students whose marks I have entered. I want to sort them by the last column. So, okay, yeah, it's the last one I had attempted to sort once again. But remember, we have added a student called Manita here. So, if we sort it, Manita should come on top. Perfect. There you are. And we have blessings of rain outside. So, let me end this video here. I will be able to share this with you. Kindly send me your request for this particular template. Thank you.